Dear human, dear soul, I welcome you to my podcast series Conversations with the Universe. Since a near-death experience, I have the gift to communicate with the subtle energies of the cosmos. This happens in a form of deep meditation in which I ask certain entities of the world beyond to communicate with me. As one of the first contacts with the other world, my old friend and teacher, friend of the Indians, showed himself to me, and it is now a great pleasure for me to introduce you to these conversations as a supplement to the books. Please excuse me if the terms and our articulations are not perfect. Our mother tongue is German, but we try to translate it to the best of our ability. Thank you for understanding. Dear friend of the Indians, what would you like to teach us on the subject of gratitude?
This subject is one of the most important subjects that we are recording here. Gratitude is a very easy and yet vitally important component of living in the cosmos. The cosmic forces all perceive gratitude as humble and loving. It connects and balances the energies. If you are grateful and lovingly express this gratitude, this attitude will allow you to experience the expansion necessary to keep on formulating your requests. You have learned on several occasions now how important it is to develop amplitude. Amplitude is the magnitude of the cosmos. If you continue to radiate, to love, to work, you will continue to live through the energies of the cosmos. It is somehow difficult for me to put this into words, but I hope that you will understand me.
I think I know what you mean, since amplitude is also a symbol for the power of the soul. The soul expands because it gets stronger. It widens when it is strengthening, and vice versa. And you want to tell us that this amplitude expands through gratitude, right?
Exactly. You have got it right. But gratitude is not an active energy that creates amplitude through an act of volition. It is an energy that co-resonates like a color, that supports the expansion of the soul, yet not in an active manner. It is simply a cosmic law that humility and devotion support the growth of a soul.
Yes, I understand that, but what exactly happens when a person acts in an ungrateful manner? Let's imagine that the person knows a few of the cosmic laws, but that he still does not act in gratitude and devotion. What exactly does this mean?
Then his impulses do not have a very strong effect. You can imagine this like a flower that is able to grow much stronger through gratitude than without gratitude. The impulses that you send out into the cosmos without gratitude will remain rather close to you. They will not create further resonances far into the cosmos. It is like a kind of blockage that then takes effect. If you formulate gratitude and really deeply feel it, you will transform your energy into soft energy. I mean to say with this that the energy and its impulses have a soft effect far into the web that surrounds you and that you have created.
And this softness can create a far-reaching effect in the cosmos, so that your prayers and impulses will truly be heard. Or how does this work?
The softness of the energy allows acceleration into the levels that cannot be reached by volition. This would be as if you wanted a person to fly, knowing that he can only walk. Willpower only works as far as you can walk, but if you want to fly, it will not work any longer. The same is true for the willpower in the cosmos. The levels need certain properties in order for the impulses to work. But if you do not ask in gratitude, you will remain on the level on which you are at the point and cannot reach deeply into cosmos to access the supporting energies. But if you possess gratitude, and with that a softness of energy, your actions will be able to reach through your own level far into the other levels. Expansion in connection with deeply felt gratitude is the key here.
Did I understand this correctly, dear friend of the Indians, that you have to send the impulses powerfully and strongly into the cosmos, but at the same time with much softness through humility and gratitude?
That is correct. And that is exactly the special property of gratitude. This demands a very different energy from the energy that you need to live in the cosmos. Those especially that use reinforcing energies when formulating their wishes need to feel gratitude deeply from the bottom of their heart. Then their wishes and prayers will obtain permission to reach other levels and to be implemented there.
But the wishes and pleas are not fulfilled in other levels, but they support their fulfillment, right?
Right. But in order for a construct to work, it is better when the whole construct can work on all levels. Therefore, it is important for you to live in gratitude and humility whenever you ask for something. But I would be happy to impart to you the conscious verbalization for gratitude once more.
Oh, yes, please do.
When you have formulated your wishes, please finish with the following words. I thank the cosmic powers for their help and support. I thank the Cosmic Father and the Cosmic Mother for the supporting energy that I am permitted to feel through their love. And I thank them for the love that I am permitted to feel. Thank you.
Dear friend of the Indians, I thank you for that. Now, I have another question. What about those people who do not feel gratitude to the point that you suggest because of their state of unawareness? I know many people who give thanks daily, but who cannot feel it to the depth that you have been talking about. It does not come from their heart. And others, again, give thanks out of calculation. What does this mean from a spiritual point of view?
This kind of expression of thanks is no giving of thanks at all. It is as if you would put on a mask instead of your true form. This kind of gratitude has no effect in the cosmos. It remains on your level and is of no consequence there.
Well, it cannot be of no consequence in human society because it is accepted behavior.
That may be, but it is not of interest to us at this point.
Would you like to add anything else on the subject of gratitude here?
That was the essence. But we can talk about ingratitude here.
Oh yes, please. Do go ahead.
Of course, ingratitude is the opposite of gratitude. And the people should know what happens when you act in an ungrateful manner towards the cosmos, but also what happens when you act with ingratitude towards other people. Ingratitude is the opposite of the energy that expands you. This means that ingratitude constricts you and makes you small. All your energy and all your impulses remain in your own energy field. This is as if you would remain an ant when you were meant to be a giant. This ant-size energy remains with you, and it also creates ungrateful resonances. This means that the form of ingratitude will spread inside your energy field, by which I mean that it will take on a specific color. And as colors create specific reactions in the cosmos, people will react to this color. And if those people are unaware, they will react to these unconscious impulses long before they have given any thought to the personality of the person that sent them out. Your life is a constant give and take of energies. But I will say more about this later.
I understand. You mean to say that such a person radiates ingratitude and therefore attracts ungrateful impulses into his life?
Yes, exactly.
So this means that ingratitude has no effect on the cosmos as a whole. But does it really just take effect in your closest environment, or does it do so a little further?
This depends on the web that you create and how deeply into matter you are sending such energies. Therefore, it is hard for me to assess, but all energy that acts in an ungrateful manner only has a very temporary effect, and after that, it loses its infinity and is transformed into something else again.
How can I picture that? If ungrateful impulses do not last long in the cosmos, what exactly happens to them?
These impulses will be transformed back into cosmic energy very quickly. The energy does not remain with you, but it changes.
And when there are grateful impulses, their energy remains with you and takes deeper effect in the cosmos and can therefore create cosmic, beautiful resonances, right?
That is correct. Like a flower that is large and wide. And in this flower of energies, everything resonates and reacts with each other. The energy of ingratitude changes into another energy that is no longer part of the original impulse, your own flower.
So ultimately you are giving this energy away.
Yes, you could say that.
What can we tell the people? What should they do to feel this gratitude more truly deeply?
Gratitude is the sister of humility. If you are humble, you will always also be grateful. Therefore, please tell the people that if you are humble, you will always feel strong impulses from the cosmos. But do not let this humility make you feel small and afraid, such as it has been taught to you by previous generations. I would like to correct that here. Humility is an attitude, but it does not impact on the awareness that you resonate. Awareness is energy, and if you act in a conscious and loving manner, you are channeling the cosmos inside of yourselves. This energy needs posture and strength, and not a cowering, fearful attitude. Therefore, please remain in your strength, but consciously humble, knowing that all that happens to you may be an answer from the cosmos or create an answer in the cosmos every moment, every second, every day, every hour. This conscious way of life is humility. And all the impulses sent out by humble beings will be perceived far into the cosmos and will reach the attention of even those helpers who are furthest away. Then you are as the emissary of the construct that you have created. And this construct reaches far into the cosmos and takes effect there, and also on earth through you. Therefore, please pray with gratitude, live in gratitude, love in gratitude, and perceive life with an attitude of deep gratitude. Do not take all that is for granted. And now that it wants to create amplitude, and know that it wants to create amplitude, not constriction. Humility is the path. Gratitude is the attitude that guides you, and love is the reward.
But according to my own experience, gratitude is closely connected to awareness. Often people who have a very low consciousness also appear to be very ungrateful. Can you really blame these people, since they simply forget to be grateful due to their low consciousness?
That is a crucial question, dearest. These people are never exempt from the laws of the cosmos just because of their low consciousness. People of low consciousness must realize that their unconscious acts are always the cause for their own suffering. Then they will have the possibility to reflect on their actions, which provides them with the possibility to correct and cleanse their unconsciousness. Then they will realize that they are responsible for their actions, each and every one. Therefore, I will gladly say it again to all those who believe that low consciousness will protect them. The responsibility, dear humans, lies with you. Every person is equipped with all the tools that he needs in order to develop his own consciousness. If you believe that that is not necessary, you live in a state of unconsciousness that does not wish to expand and grow, which allows the soul to lose energy and live in misery. The people who realize that they are here in order to live, to grow, and to expand their souls will begin to transform their own strength from a state of feebleness and to a state of active perception. And this will create gratitude.
I know. I try to put this into words as often as I can in order to make people aware of how grateful they should be, that they are alive. But they do not perceive these impulses because they are constantly so distracted. I could rather speak to a wall, it would listen to me more.
Yes, Sylvia, I know. Stay calm. But if you wish to experience expansion, you will inevitably reach an attitude of gratitude. So have faith. Those who call will be answered.
Okay, I understand. What about people who are entrepreneurs but have no gratitude? Is this similar to what you said earlier about ingratitude and their impulses do not reach very far energetically?
Exactly. That is the way it is.
And what about the people who do feel a lot of gratitude, yet are constantly in contact with the ingratitude of the people of low consciousness? They are many, and it is very painful to send out loving impulses and not to receive any gratitude in return.
You can tell these people that they are not to expect gratitude from other people, as it is not a resonance of the world of humans. It is an energy that resonates much further and far more deeply into the cosmos than you believe. Therefore, please tell them that gratitude needs no resonance in the human world. Gratitude only really comes to life in the depths of the cosmos. And if you expand your consciousness in its direction, you will be able to truly understand as you finally leave your body that gratitude is a reaction of the spiritual worlds. But you will be able to understand this while still in the body. You only need a little humility, sensitivity, and devotion.
Okay, I understand that. What about people who have sent out very grateful impulses in the previous life, but have become very contaminated in this life and therefore live in an attitude of ingratitude? It seems to me that the positive energy that created previously and the construct that we were talking about, does exist but cannot take effect because of the ingratitude expressed in the current life. It feels like blocked.
That is exactly the case. The people who bring much positive energy from the cosmic powers with them as they incarnate have the responsibility to continue to express this energy in the world of humans. But when they live in ingratitude, these energies fade away and return to whence they came. The energy fields cannot remain with you and they therefore lose their power. You could also say that you squander your gift.
I understand. Could you also say that such a gift as I, for example, have received in a potential or is a potential that has been created and that people lose it if they do not realize it?
That is exactly right. The people have to learn to find their true destiny. Then all these gifts will continue to take effect in them and through them. That is the meaning of cosmic existence. Not that the human being is the end of the path, but that it is just a step on the path.
I understand. It is about finding and developing your true power. But that is only possible through the components that you named, and then from time to time you receive certain gifts that are the result of a life lived in humility and gratitude. The fruits of this life will remain with you in the next life as long as you show enough self-reflection and manage to find yourself again.
Brava, Sylvia. That is correct.
And what happens if a person does not live his destiny, does not recognize and develop the gifts and therefore squanders them? Will they disappear completely or do they remain a little bit with him in some shape or form?
That depends on how much strength the soul has already lost. The cosmic gifts are a power that this soul has collected. And the human being has the possibility to develop this gift or, as we said, to squander it. Therefore, let us keep in mind that we are all responsible for ourselves and for our own action.
Oh yes, understand. Again and again. Thank you very much. And what would you like to talk about next?
I would like to talk with you about perception. Perception is the key to your complex life.
Oh yes, I know. Well, looking forward to it. Thank you. Love.
Thank you very much, Sylvia. Love.